look. You gotta forget about your past, man. You gotta forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. It's time to grow up. You keep holding on to your mistakes that you made 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago. You keep using the mistakes that you've made in the past as an excuse to why you can't be great today. You keep using that excuse as a way to not be successful. You keep saying, well, my upbringing was hard. My family ain't supporting me. That's why I can't become successful. Or I got my heart broken by the girl that I love. That's why I can't get rich. That's why I haven't started my business. I'm trying to put money into my friends and my family. That's why I can't become successful. Do you know how you sound right now? Listen to yourself when you speak sometimes. So you telling me you can't become successful because you're choosing to put everybody else before yourself. That's the problem. The problem is you're not thinking about yourself. When's the last time you thought about yourself? I understand you went through traumas. I understand you went through depression. I understand it was hard growing up. I understand your parents didn't have it all growing up. But why can't you have it all? Why can't you be the change? If you went through those struggles, those hard times growing up, and you saw the mistakes your parents made, and you saw the things that brought you down, that made you depressed, why can't you take that and make it your strength? What's holding you back? Because somebody said you can't do it? Because you feel like you can't get to that point? I understand there may be nobody around you that's successful. I understand there may not be anybody motivational around you. But at the end of the day, you got to find that within yourself. You got to take that pain, that depression. You got to hold on to it and motivate yourself to keep going. And at the end of the day, motivation is really nothing if you're not putting action behind it. Just because you're motivated to do something doesn't mean you're going to do it. It's kind of like a spark. It sounds good. It gives you that jump start to go. It gives you that spark to get started, but it's not going to hold you over long term. Motivation is good in the beginning. It's cool. It sounds nice, positive. You get in your feelings. It kind of temporarily pushes away that trauma and that depression, but it's not the end all be all solution. You gotta stop letting things hold you back. You gotta stop letting people think they can control you. You gotta stop letting people think they got a hold on you. No one has a hold on you. No one can control your life. You are in control of your life. You may not be in control of some of the circumstances in your life, but you can control the route and the actions you want to take to get to success. Just because somebody closes a door on you doesn't mean another door is not going to open. When somebody closes a door on you, another door is open. Another opportunity presented itself. It's up to you if you want to take that opportunity or not. When I was in high school, my GPA was low. I didn't do my work. I got kicked out the house at 18. I struggled on my own for the longest time. In my 20s, my whole 20s, I struggled. My teenage years, I was bad. I was on punishment. I've been arrested. I've been depressed. I've lost family. I've lost friends. People in my life that were once here with me are gone. Like, I've been through the worst situation. And still to this day, I'm here talking to you, telling you to keep going. I've lost some of the closest people in my life, whether that's from passing away, whether that's from the streets, whatever the case may be. I've lost them. The people I thought that were always going to be here, the people that I thought was going to be that safe space, that cushion, the people that I could always run to, majority of them are gone. And still to this day, I still have to find the motivation. I still have to find the courage. I still have to get over my depression, my anxiety. I still have to do what I have to do. I'm not gonna let anything stop me. You can't let these obstacles stop you. I understand you were raised a certain way and you didn't understand why your parents did what they did. Grandparents, aunts, uncles. They raised you a certain way that you would never understand. You grew up in circumstances that you would never understand. You got put in a certain situation when you were younger that you couldn't fully comprehend. Why'd you have to grow up poor? Why you had to go through struggle? Why you don't have friends? Why your family lying on you? Why can't you trust certain people? I get it. I understand. I went through some of the same things. I had family members that turned their back on me. I had family and friends that did me wrong. And vice versa, there were times when I did wrong and that where family couldn't trust me. Whatever the case may be, here I am to this day talking to you. The only difference between me and you is that I'm doing it, right. And I've said this before, but you cannot let your past stop you from being great. You gotta forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. You gotta realize how important you are to this day, man. You gotta realize the mistakes you made, they're mistakes. Some mistakes take longer than others to get over, to understand, and it's called maturity. You have to mature into an adult. A lot of the mistakes you made was when you was a kid, and that's not an excuse. As a a kid, a lot of us wasn't mature. A lot of us just wanted to be kids. You gotta stop beating yourself up, for being a kid. Like, let me ask you a question, man. So, do you think when your parents had you, when your mom, your dad, whoever raised you, you think when they were raising you, they had it all figured out? No one is a master of parenting. Parenting is just something that parents do, and they just figure it out along the way. They may make mistakes, they may not. And sometimes they put you in situations that you don't want to be in, that you can't control. But at the end of the day, it's not your fault. You're a kid. All you can do is be a kid. And a lot of kids act out because of whatever reason. Whether it's attention, a lot of our parents wasn't home growing up, and we was like kind of like the man or the woman of the house, because mom, stepdad, whoever the case may be, gotta work. We home while they away. What you expect to do? You a kid. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do something stupid. You're a kid. If you grew up in the house and your parents had to work, then 9 times out of 10 you did something stupid. 9 times out of 10 you did something stupid. That's life. You cannot beat yourself up for the mistakes you've made. People in this world are still trying to figure out life. Still trying to figure out what they want to do in life. It's okay if you haven't figured it out yet. It's okay if you're still trying to put yourself in the right direction, as long as you're trying. As long as you got a direction, man. It's people that don't even have a direction. It's people that don't even know what they want to do. As long as you got like a slight idea of what you want to do, you good. Stop being so hard on yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Now, if you constantly make the same mistake over and over and over, that's another story. But again, like I said, everybody goes through hard times. Everybody goes through struggle. No one's perfect. Stop feeling like you have to be perfect. Stop feeling like, okay, I have to be on point at all times with my parents. No, you don't. You're not a robot, yo. You're a human. You're a human, ladies, fellas. And I'm speaking on myself too. Like, I have anxiety and depression. I've been diagnosed. Never thought I was going to be diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Come to find out, okay, I have anxiety and depression. And that comes from everything that I've dealt with growing up, whether it's from things I can't control or things I can't control. Either way, I went through the childhood and teenage years, how I went through them. It is what it is. I'm here now. I'm an adult. It is what it is. A lot of times you have like, it's really family and friends. It be your closest people to you. A lot of times you're going to have family and friends, and they're going to guilt trip you. They're going to tell you, well, if you're messing up, that's on you. And that's true in a sense, and at the end of the day, at the same time, you may have a whole vision that you may have a certain path that you want to take. Along the way, you're going to make mistakes that they may not agree with. And in that process, y'all just going to be butting heads. But like I said, man, it's a part of life, man. Bro, you got to forgive yourself for the mistakes you made. You got to, I know it's hard to hear, and you might not accept it right now. And I understand it's something you got to deal with at your own pace, in your own time. And I respect and I feel it. But you gotta take that, man, and use that to go harder. You gotta use what you went through to make it to where you want to be. Like, you went through that pain and that struggle for a season, couple seasons, maybe even a couple years, but at the end of the day, man, like I said, it's on you. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that they could really change their life. You guys can really change your life if you just sit down with yourself and think, yo, what do I want to do? You probably weren't able to be yourself. You probably weren't able to speak your mind. In a lot of households, it's seen as disrespectful if you speak your mind. You could be saying the most respectful thing, the most respectful way possible. And to parents and people older than you, they gonna take it as disrespect. They not familiar with that, with you talking like that. They not familiar with what you talking about. They don't understand, and they choose not to understand. But that's why it's up to you to make that change. You gotta be that change that you wanna be. Motivation ain't gonna do it for you. It sound good, but words without action don't mean anything. Words with no meaning behind it, meaning action. Words with no action behind it stand for nothing. At the end of the day, you gotta be that change. People that you look up to, they've made that change. They're already started. They went through their hard time. They talk about it all the time. You hear it all the time. You see me talking about my struggles, my pain, things I've been through. But here I am talking to you, telling you about what I've been through. Yes, I won't ever get those moments back. I won't ever get that time back that, was wasted, but I could always do better for the future. I could always do better now. As long as I'm doing better now, as long as you're doing good now, you're slowly setting yourself up for success. You're slowly heading that way, that positive route that you want to take. You're slowly getting there. All right, man. Glad we had this talk. I don't know. This is on my mind. It's like 2 in the morning, and I just want to talk to y'all. I'm about to go to bed. I don't mind venting to you guys, man. This is kind of like a me venting slash. I just feel like somebody need to hear this message, man. There's somebody out there in the world that need to hear this, man. Look, be that change. Don't listen to negativity. Family and friends ain't supporting you, then support yourself. Be your biggest fan. Be your biggest advocate. Tell yourself that you're gonna make. Forget what they say, man. They don't see the vision that you have. All right, man. It's your boy Shine Fades, and I'm out. See y'all next time. All right, you thought I was gonna end it, huh? Bang! Just went to the store and I got me some panties.